I don't need anybody to come into my life and make it better. Just don't come into my life and make it worse. YouTube, what's good? Back with another video today. Today's video topic stems from a conversation I was having with somebody, and you know, let's like I give y'all advice on here and shit like that. Just be talking to y'all on here the same way I talk to my homeboys. And not really my homeboy, one of the associates of him. We was talking, and he asked me a question. He was like, "How do you get like that? Like how do you get like you, like me? Like how do you get to this way of thinking that I've come to? You know, how do you get this nonchalant, non-caring attitude, or whatever the fuck he called it?" But I was just like, it made me think like, it's nothing to it really, but it is a choice. It's a choice that I came up with through, you know, life experience, studying, you know, isolation, you know, things like that. All the things you go through in life will shape you. It all shapes your mindset and the things that you learn along the way. So that's where I came to becoming like how I am now, right? I always tell y'all I'm real no nonsense. These days I don't tolerate too much goofiness, too much foolishness, and I would never let somebody get me out of character like I used to, right? And that goes for females, that goes to friends, that goes with anything, because I always put in perspective something bigger than me, and I have a kid, so I always have to put that into account in the way I react to things. So I came up with a few things that I feel like will help y'all, right? So how do you get like me? How do you get this nonchalant, this confident attitude? Like I said, it's really a choice. You gotta choose yourself. You gotta, whatever you're going through, if it's really breaking you down and it's not serving you, you gotta have a choice that you're fed up, that you're not gonna deal with it, you're not gonna tolerate it no more. Whether that's a girl who you've been with and she's not serving you, she's disrespecting you, and y'all not clicking, and you're staying around because you think there's nothing else better out there for you, or you think that, well, if I leave, she's gonna find somebody better than me. You gotta be fed up. Like, that's the only way you're gonna change, because talking through it, talking about it, you know, trying to work it out and acting like, you know, people tell you things and you don't act on it, you're not fed up yet. It's still an option for you. Until it's a definite thing that you're not gonna deal with it no more, you're fed up, I'm not tolerating no more, nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. Because you'll still put up with the bullshit. You might stand on it for a few days, but eventually you'll fall back into your old patterns because you're comfortable there. So it's gotta be a mental thing. Something's gotta snap. I don't know if y'all watch Dragon Ball Z, when Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, something's gotta snap. Something's gotta snap, and you gotta unleash your power. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take your power back. Your power back is your time and your presence. You take that away completely, and you be cold about it. And how Patrice O'Neal said, you gotta be righteous about it. It's not a game. You're not running game. You're not running plays on her. You're dead serious. I'm gone. I'm out. I'm done. And that's the only way you're gonna get your power back. But until then, you'll be stuck in the same patterns you've been stuck in, and nothing's gonna change. You're gonna be heartbroken, upset, mad, fighting, and putting yourself in bad positions until you decide to make a change. It's the same thing with your body. You're not gonna change your habits, your workouts. You're not gonna get into the gym. None of that's gonna change until you're fed up with the way that you look. Until you're pissed off and done looking the way you look, or you're done feeling the way you feel about yourself, nothing's gonna change. Right? So that's one. Next, I have came to the concept of I don't cherish anything external. Nothing. I don't cherish anything external. Anything that's outside of me that I can't control, you know, as whether it be another person, the way things are, like situations that happen to me, I don't cherish them and I don't dwell on it. You know, you take, shit happens to you, you feel away, and then you plan it, and then you come up with solutions. But dwelling on it, feeling woe is me and things like that, unacceptable. Trying to control other people and plead your case why they should be in your life, I don't do that. I don't cherish anything external from my being, because a lot of times what happens is we put value in things that we pay money for. We put value in the things that we put time into, right? We put value into our car. We place a lot of value on our house, all these external things. But really, on the flip side of it, the things that we get for free are the most important. Your mind, your spirit, your free will, all these things that you received for free are the most important things. And if you don't believe me, ask anybody who's wealthy. Read a book on somebody who's wealthy. Talk to people who are affluent, and they'll tell you, you know, I lost money, I lose money, I can lose it all. As long as I got my mind, I can make it back. Because that's the most important thing. Your mind is the most important thing. Everything external of you, you have no control of. You have the free will to make these choices. You have the free will to make these choices, to do better or stay the same. And if you stay the same, it's the same thing as not improving. It's as simple as that. So I don't cherish anything that's external of my being, right? And it all goes along with the law of detachment, right? You got to be able to detach yourself from your desires and the things that you want to happen, so that the universe can manifest it and make it happen in the way that it's supposed to happen. Right? You may want or desire to go on a trip somewhere, and you want to do it this date, but things don't line up like that. You got to detach yourself from that outcome, so that when it does come around, you can have the vacation you want, have the money you need to be on vacation, and the weather's nice, and you might get a deal on a hotel, something like that. But you so worried about it going how you want it to go, when you want it to happen, things fall apart because you're rushing the process. And another thing going along with that, right? Based on people, right? People come and people go in your life all the time. It's a revolving door. Some people stay for a while. Some people stay for the long run. Some people are there for a moment, right? Just be present in all of those times, right? And when people do go, don't try to, like I said before, do not try to talk them to stay in your life. Do not try to talk anybody whose desire or whose will it is to leave, right? I said it before, that everybody does things in their best interest. So if it's their best interest to not be around you, it's your best interest to let them go, right? Because you're going to be all heartbroken and tore up and sad and questioning yourself about a choice that somebody else makes. That's external. You don't control anybody. The only person you control is yourself, your actions, and how you react to things, your mindset on moving forward, right? So you can't be, I came up with this, and I live by it now. It's I wouldn't say it's a mantra, but it's a saying I say all the time. I don't need anybody to come into my life and make it better. Just don't come into my life and make it worse. And I wholeheartedly believe in that. I'm gonna say it again. I don't need anybody to come into my life and make it better. Just don't come into my life and make it worse. It's as simple as that. And that's how I carry everything, right? And you only get to this level once you've had the time to experience life. You got to go through some hardships. You might go through heartbreaks. You might go through losses and people. You have to go through a time period of isolation where you can reflect on yourself, like really reflect on yourself, being in silence, you know, learning yourself, learning what you like, learning how you react to things, and reading and studying people who who write books on these things. You know, people who, if you want to learn about wealth, study wealth, right? You want to learn about self-improvement, study self-improvement. You want to learn about a healthy diet, study healthy habits, right? All of these things are important in shaping your mindset, right? Because basically everything he asked me was just, everything with me is a mindset. It's a mindset that I'm not going to tolerate foolishness. I'm not going to tolerate foolishness. I'm not going to play these games no more. The same games I used to play when I was 20 and a teenager and things like that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that with females. Like, I'm not sitting here about to go above and beyond to prove to you how great of a guy I am, or why you should be with me over Buddy. Like, that's not what I'm doing. You a grown person. You make your own choices the same way I make my own choices. Because at the end of the day, I still got shit to do. I still got things to complete. The bills is gonna be due. My son gonna need to eat. I'm gonna need to eat. And I have a life outside of you. So I'm not here to cultivate this ideal for you about me, right? So I'm not into all that shit. That's why I don't argue with bitches. I don't get into these deep debates on social media about nothing. I'm not sitting here trying to persuade girls why they need a man or anything like that. That's not what I'm into. Got bigger fish to fry than that. Right? So basically that was my whole conversation with Buddy. I didn't want to get too deep because it was a good topic to touch on, but it's really, you create the world you want to live in, right? So until you decide what is a definite thing that you're going to tolerate in your life and what's not, nothing's going to change. You got to decide, I'm fed up with the way she's treating me. I'm getting disrespected like this, and she's not serving me no more. Like, we're running in circles. The bad times outweighing the good, but I'm still here. I'm still sticking around because maybe in the hopes that it'll work. Okay. That's fine. But tell me what the outcome is. Tell me what your end goal is going to be. Because if you ain't happy now, you're going to put a ring on it, put a kid in her, and it's only going to, it's the same thing as getting money. It's only going to make it worse. It's only going to amplify what the fuck is already wrong. You got a bad foundation and put a house on it, you're only going to amplify the problems that's already lying beneath the surface. Right? Until you're fed up with the way that your body looks, you taking your shirt off, you look in the mirror, you stand in the mirror, you looking at yourself while you in the shower, and you're still satisfied, like, oh, I'll start tomorrow, I'll do it the next day. No, until you're fed up with the way you look, nothing's gonna change. You're not gonna get in the gym, you're not gonna look up healthy eating habits, nothing. So everything you hear is a choice that you get to make. That's what having a free will is. You get to make that choice. Whether you make it or you don't, that's not on me. That's on you. I had to make the choice. So that's how we get here. So everything I tell y'all is about shaping your mindset, creating the world you want to live in, creating your reality. Right? So, but that's all I got for y'all, man. Until next time, yo, it's WolfgangPeak, it's Wolfgang Lifestyle. And I'm out.